You know how everyone talks about Red Dead Redemption like it's the greatest Western game ever made? And don't get me wrong, it is phenomenal. But what if I told you it wasn't the first? What if I told you another game walked so Red Dead could gallop into the sunset? Back in 2005, before Rockstar made their first Western sandbox, there was this brutal, gritty, and honestly kind of revolutionary game simply called Gun. And no one talks about it. I mean, seriously, Gun came out, made a solid impression, and then just vanished into the shadows of gaming history. But if you go back and really look at what it did, man, you start to realize it might just be the true ancestor of the Red Dead Redemption series. Let's go back to the early 2000s. The PS2 and original Xbox were in full swing. Open-world games were starting to evolve. GTA San Andreas had just shaken the entire industry, and people were hungry for more freedom in their games. That's when Neversoft, the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater guys, dropped Gun. And yeah, it was kind of random that a studio known for skateboarding suddenly made a full-on Western action game. But trust me, they delivered. You play as Colton White, a tough, no-nonsense hunter turned gunslinger who gets thrown into this chaotic story of betrayal, revenge, and frontier justice. And when I say story, I mean it. This game had legit voice actors. We're talking Thomas Jane, Chris Christopherson, Ron Perlman, and even Lance Henriksen. And the world? For 2005, insanely detailed. You had open towns where you could freely walk around, buy weapons, do side missions, pick up bounties, gamble, and of course, just ride your horse into the dusty sunset. But here's where it gets interesting. So many of the mechanics and ideas in Gun show up years later in Red Dead Redemption. Like almost eerily similar. Horseback combat. Gun had it. Dynamically stopping trains. Gun had it. Bounty hunting, duels, wildlife hunting, even looting bodies with little loot animations. Gun did that. First, and let's talk about tone. This game wasn't just a fun Western shooter. It was dark. You had towns run by corrupt sheriffs, saloons filled with tension, people getting scalped, tortured. It did not hold back. Gun didn't glamorize the Wild West. It showed it as violent, raw, and unforgiving. Kind of like what Rockstar did later, right? Now here's the real kicker. Gun was developed by Neversoft, but published by Activision. After the game came out, a bunch of key talent from that team ended up joining Rockstar San Diego. And guess what they were working on? Yep, Red Dead Redemption. There's no official statement like, yeah, Gun was the blueprint, but man, when you compare the two, it's hard not to see the fingerprints. I'm not saying Rockstar copied Gun, but it feels like they took everything Gun tried to do and just turned the dial up to 11 with the budget and polish Rockstar is known for. So why did Gun disappear? Well, timing. It came out in late 2005, right around the same time as Xbox 360's launch. And while it released on both old gen and new gen, it kind of fell into that awkward space where games were starting to shift forward technically. Plus, the marketing wasn't super aggressive. It got good reviews, like 8s and 9s, but it didn't make the kind of noise that GTA or Call of Duty were making at the time. And honestly, it deserved more. Because Gun wasn't just a Western game. It was a foundation. You can feel its DNA in every dusty trail and saloon brawl in Red Dead Redemption and even RDR2. Here's the crazy part. It still holds up. I replayed it recently, and yeah, graphically it's a bit aged, but it's still damn fun. The gunplay is fast and satisfying. The quick draw mechanic? Super slick. The world feels alive, even without modern bells and whistles. It's at that PS2 era grit that just hits different. In a world where we're constantly getting remakes and remasters of the same games over and over, why not bring back Gun? Give it the love it missed out on. With today's graphics and physics, a reimagining of Gun could be wild. But maybe it's better this way. Maybe Gun is supposed to be this forgotten legend, a lone gunslinger remembered only by those who really paid attention. So here's my question to you. Did you play Gun back in the day? Did you even know it existed? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know what other hidden gems deserve a spotlight. And hey, if you're still here, thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you love retro gaming content like this. And if you want more stories about games that time forgot, hit subscribe. Next time, we're digging into another game that Rockstar probably doesn't want you to remember. Stay dusty, amigos.